players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today what I'm going to be talking about is all the strongest, most consistent decks there are in Dragon Ball Super card game as of this date. So these are the decks that me and Tony G are possibly going to be seeing tomorrow at Core TCG's 3-on-3 Team Wars event. And these are the decks that I feel I'm going to be watching tomorrow. And also I want to say follow us on Twitch, because tomorrow we are going to be live streaming that event. And we're going to be potentially seeing these decks. And who knows, maybe there's going to be a new strong deck that comes about. Follow us on Twitch. So the first deck that I see here is we got the Hercule deck. The Bundle of Confidence Hercule deck, and this deck is running around $169. I'm gonna give you guys a quick overview of the deck. We're gonna look at the cards and then we're gonna see how this deck runs, okay? So first things first, we got Hercule. What Hercule does is he draws you a card every time you combo. So long story short, a little quick summary of how this deck works is you protect your life as much as possible by getting a big hand with the super combos, and then you play Gogeta. And then Gogeta kills your opponent's hand, leaving them at 3 cards in their hand, and then you out kill them with either Gogeta or the Oob Goku play, and that's how they die. That's pretty much this deck. You draw like crazy and you kill them with Gogeta or you kill them with Oob. And that's the Hercule deck. This goes to the Latin America Championships, and this is the deck that won there. So moving on to another strong deck that won, and we got the Android Super 17 deck, and this deck is running around 118 bucks. It's kind of expensive, but unfortunately Bandai has came out with a ban list and has came out with a limit list, and Cell got limited. This Cell you can no longer run 4 of anymore. You can only run 1 Cell, making this deck a little less consistent. But the way you play this deck is you bring out the Cell and you bring out the Perfect Cell, and then the Perfect Cell kills your opponent's hand. Or you can go the Super 17 route and you play Super 17 and then you evolve and bring out either the Super 17 that can negate, or you bring out the Super 17 Cell Absorbed. And I don't think you evolve, you Union Absorb, sorry about that, it's not evolve, you Union Absorb, and you bring out the Super 17, and then they consistently kill your opponent's hand, and you know, you just out aggro them while them having a little bit of cards in their hand. So that's the Super 17 deck, freaking strong. Fortunately, it is getting a pretty much a low blow to the, you know, the Junko. Then we got Yamcha right here, and Yamcha's, believe it or not, kicking butt. It's running around $152 deck, and if you guys like Yamcha, well look, Yamcha's actually kicking butt. So this is a Yamcha deck. What Yamcha does is he draws you a card, but you do have to burst 2. And long story short, how you play this deck is you want to out aggro your opponent. That means you want to attack your opponent so much, so quickly, that your opponent has to waste cards in their hand to out combo you, and you're going to be able to consistently bring the pressure by playing the Fearless Pan, giving all your battle cards 5k and double strike, and you want to play everybody's pal Yamcha to keep searching you out Earthlings, and most of this deck is Earthlings, so for you to consistently bring out the Pan with Chain Attack Trunks and give every battle card on field and your leader double strike, and you out kill your opponent. So that's Yamcha right here. Yamcha kicking butt. I love this deck. Then we got a Janemba deck. This one is running around 107 bucks. This one took ARG Orlando, Florida event, and let's look at the deck. A quick overview of how this deck runs is you play Janemba, and Janemba, every time he attacks, you draw a card, but your opponent's forced to drop 2 cards from the top of their deck in the drop area. And the reason this is good is because the way this deck works is you play Janemba, right? You play your Janemba and you always attack your opponent's leader and make them pretty much lose cards from their deck, and once they run out of cards to draw, you automatically win. So that's why you got these Janembas right here, because these Janembas are pretty like easy to bring out, and when you bring them out, they kill your opponent's deck. They have to put more cards from the top of their deck in the drop area, and then you just protect your leader. That's why we got like a gazillion super combos. You know, we got the Unbreakables, we got the basic super combo, and then we got the cells to draw and protect your life as much as possible until you kill their deck. And that's Janemba. Freaking strong deck. Here's the deck right here. It's pretty tight. I like it. And then we got Pan, the OG Pan right here, running around $176. Pretty expensive, I feel. And the way you play this deck is you protect your leader Pan as much as possible and try to keep a good healthy life. And then you play the Chain Attack Trunks, which allows you to play a 15k battle card, which you play the Chain Attack, and then he allows you to play Zeno, and then Zeno comes onto the field. He resets the field, meaning your hand, your opponent's hand, the field, and your opponent's field goes into the deck. You shuffle, you draw 5, and then you're gonna out aggro your opponent, and your opponent's gonna be stuck because they're gonna be taking too many freaking punches to the face, and you're gonna keep drawing every time you play a battle card, and your battle card's gonna be strong because they gain a 5k. So you're gonna be just, you know, punching your opponent in the face a lot, and your opponent's gonna be stuck because, you know, their hand just got destroyed and their field got destroyed with Zeno. So that's the Pan deck, freaking strong. You got overwhelm cards in there. So let's move on to another deck. And then we got the most expensive deck there is $358, and it goes to the Universe 7 Frieza deck, and I'll give you guys a quick rundown of how this deck runs. So the way you play this deck, guys, is like, you see this card right here? This card, the Master Ultra Instinct's a very expensive card. It's like 200 and over, I think. And the reason this deck is so freaking expensive is because this card right here has a broken skill called Victory Strike. And what Victory Strike does is when you deal 1 life with this card's attack, and his attack is non-negatable, so you can't counter him, you pretty much win automatically. So that's all you do. And Frieza's leader effect is you drop 1 Universe 7 member. This whole deck is Universe 7. You draw 2 cards. So the premise of this deck is you search and make the play of playing the Ultra Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and you Victory Strike. That's all you do. Like, you go up to your opponent, and you go up to your opponent and you're like, hey, what's up? Round 1, Victory Strike, automatically win. All right, next opponent, round 2, Victory Strike, automatically win. And you do this consistently, and then you can do this all the way to the final round. Final round, you mastered Ultra Instinct them, you Victory Strike, you automatically win. And you can do this throughout an entire tournament, and I feel there's gonna be somebody playing Victory Strike. There always is. So moving on to a budget meta winning deck that won ARG Orlando, Florida, was Baby Vegeta, and it's running around 89 bucks. It's not too expensive. So let's do a quick overview of this deck. So this leader is good because he's self-awakening. First off, you strike your life, and it's gonna allow you to like self-awaken, and he also decreases power to your opponent as well. And then, long story short, how you play this deck is you spam out battle cards, and then you chain attack Zeno them if it's not going the way you want it, and you reset the hand, you reset the field, and then you out aggro them by punching them in the face with all these strong battle cards that pretty much are a lot of pressure to your opponent, and your opponent's not going to be able to keep up. So that's how you play this leader. But the main reason this leader was winning and is a meta counter is because of the extra card Revenge Death Ball that allows you to like survive all the stupid heavy hits from like Shenron and like Victory Strike and things of that nature. So that's why Baby Vegeta is strong. So moving on to another top winning deck, and we got Shenron. This one won the 2018 Latin America Championships, and Shenron is this one's called Shenron Veggies. It's running around 92 bucks, and it's not too expensive, but it still wins. And the reason this deck wins is because you got Kaba right here. And Kaba, what it does is when you play it, you're able to play a Khalifa, and you want to hit this Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa. And Khalifa, when you play her, she allows you to play a KO from the top of your deck, and then you play the kill. So in essence, you get 3 plays with 1 Kaba that you manage to play if you get lucky. And then you got Shenron, right? Shenron, you search out your Dragon Balls, allowing you to, you know, play the Child's Wish, bringing back a battle card to life, right? So you want to bring out the Kaba back to life, and then you just rinse, wash, and repeat. You play the Kaba, you play the Khalifa, you play the kill, and you just do this over and over again until you have like a whole army of vegetables, and then you just kill your opponent with a bunch of nutrition and a bunch of attacks of you know, the veggies. So that's that. And then another deck that's strong, this one's costing $141, and it's the Gogeta Shenron, and this is pretty much what the deck's called Gogeta Shenron. Pretty much you bring out Gogeta and then you kill your opponent's hand, and then you use the wish mechanic of the Shenron, giving a battle card triple attack and a boost of power. You give it to the Gogeta, then your opponent's forced to like try to survive 3 attacks that are triple strike back to back, and with only 3 cards in their hand, and that's how you win. Pretty much you just Gogeta them, you give it triple attack, and you out kill them like that. And it's pretty consistent, one of the strongest decks there is. And this is the deck right here, freaking strong deck. And moving on to another deck, I will have the deck description, links in the description, so I would recommend you guys to go check it out. And then we also got this blue Hirudegarn deck. It's not Storm. I'm not putting any Storm in this because I'm annoyed of the Storm. So I'm just putting the decks that could still win and I could potentially see tomorrow. So we got this mono blue Hirudegarn, and I call it the control deck. The reason it's control is because you're in control of the whole situation, and you're in control of your opponent's hand. So the way you play this deck is you use Hirudegarn to throw cards in the drop area, allowing you to overwhelm. You overwhelm, and this overwhelm Trunks allows you to play a skillless battle card from your deck and give it 5k and critical. So you bring out the Goku and Vegeta, and then the Goku and Vegeta is gonna allow you to like keep a strong, consistent pressure without giving cards to your opponent's hand. And then you awaken your leader, and your leader allows you to, you know, kill and get a card from your opponent's hand and make them place it on top of their deck. So you're gonna be in full control of your opponent's hand, and then you got this extra card that makes your opponent place another card from their hand on top of their deck. And this is just pure hand control, and you got Vegeta to protect your butt, you got Tapion, and you know, you double strike them to go for game when you need to. And that's this deck. I like it a lot. And the last deck I'm gonna be giving you guys is the cheapest one, and it happens to be the Frieza from the new Clash of Fates. And this deck right here, oops, I got something was blocked, but this deck right here is pretty much, long story short, you want to swap the Frieza into the second form, and then the second form goes into the third form, then the third form goes into the final form, and then you out pressure your opponent by playing the spaceship. The spaceship plays out all your Ginyu Force 2 cost battle cards, and then you out aggro them by hitting them a lot. And then worst case scenario, you bring out the ultimate with Broly in the background, and he allows you to see the hand, and you just quadruple strike them for game. So that's this deck, and these are going to be the most consistent winning decks. These are the decks I am anticipating tomorrow on our live stream. So make sure you guys follow us on Twitch, and if you have yet done so, go participate on our giveaway, the Core TCG giveaway, which is going to be announced live tomorrow on our live stream as well. So that's gonna be it. Let me know if I hit your deck, if I miss your deck, what decks you guys think are gonna be the strongest decks, and whoever's hyped for the new Destroyer decks as well, Destroyer Kings Series 6. So, like we always say, y'all stay super.